Hey everybody, Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. We are at one of my buddy's yards, quite a ways away from me, whole different part of the world. And part of the problem with that is we are in an area that gets a lot more moisture than what I see. So there's a lot of cool stuff here. You can see some of this iron behind me. We've done a lot of videos in here. You want to check those out as well. There's a lot of neat stuff in here, but very, very seldom do I find good sheet metal in here because there is a lot of rust in this area. But there's a lot of knick-knack stuff I always get out of here. Like I said, I've known this guy for years. It's always great to stop and see him, and he's courteous enough to let me share some of it with you. But if you've got any questions about this stuff, you also just give me a call. I get through this part of the world a couple times a year, so I can always catch you the next time I'm through if there's something here you're interested in. But fortunately, he does let me share some of it with you, so let's take a look at some of it. Starting off with this 1956 Mercury Monterey. Obviously, this car's been sitting here for a really, really long time. It's been pretty heavily stripped. Not a heck of a lot left of this old Mercury that, you know, back in the day would have been a pretty sharp car, but been here for a long time and definitely been pillaged pretty heavily for parts. See a 55 Chevy front end kind of tucked off over there behind the tree, buried in the weeds. Obviously, we can see the top part of those fenders completely gone, but those are prone to rust anyway, and when we're in a rusty part of the world, they really don't stand much of a chance. So, Chevy pickup, 41 to 46 era Chevrolet pickup, but there again, not hardly anything left of this at all. Cab's been crushed, trees growing up around it, and obviously been here for a really long time. And due to the amount of moisture in this area, not only is there a lot of rust out, but a lot of the surface rust actually pits the metal in this area. So something that there again, once in a while I'll find some good sheet metal, maybe a trunk lid, things like that, but a lot of rust in this area. How about an old Mercury? I believe this is like a 63. We can see the breezeway back window in this thing because it's halfway down. If you remember, these back windows actually were designed to roll down in these early 60s windows, in these early 60s Mercurys, called a breezeway so they could get good airflow through them. This car is actually a two-door hardtop, but there again, it's been here for a really long time and it's pretty rough. And we can look over here, we can see how the rear quarters on this car are just literally gone down there below where the body molding would have been down here at the bottom. Another car that's gotten extremely popular, although this one here is rough and literally sitting in water at this point in time, the 1962 Chevy Biscayne station wagon. Station wagons obviously have gotten super popular, always looking for good bits and pieces off of them. Unfortunately, this one is rough. A lot of pieces have already been stripped off of it. Like I said, this area gets a lot of moisture. We can see right here where it's literally just, the car is literally sitting in the water. Obviously not very, you know, helpful on sheet metal, but there's, like I said, there's still bits and pieces on these cars. That's why I always like to stop by here and see what I can scrounge up and add inventory to help with your guys' restoration. So big old Ford over there, and even a Malibu wagon sitting right there beside the Ford, like a 69 Malibu wagon sitting there as well. So like I said, a lot of this stuff, it's definitely a little tough around the edges, but there's lots of bits and pieces here. So I always like to stop by, see what I can find that's going to help you guys out with your project. Appreciate the fact that he lets me do these in here, as well as still lets me in since he's not really open to the public anymore. So anyway, if you got any questions, just give me a shout, 620-786-4428. I'm going to get to work, see if I can find some more bits and pieces off some of these cars, but there's a lot of cool stuff here. I'm glad he lets me share some of it with you. If you like what we're doing here, be sure to click that subscribe button and definitely click that notification button so you know when we go live. So we do a lot of cool live stuff on here also. So you don't want to miss any of that. Hope you enjoyed the old iron. We're going to get few more videos out of here. We're bringing some more content out of here, as well as all the new cool stuff that's coming into my yard in the near future. Hope you enjoyed a little quick wander around another place. Hope you enjoyed some of the cool iron we saw here. And stay tuned, we got a lot more coming. Thanks for watching, everybody.